Hello and welcome to day 6 of our 7 days of rest challenge. My name is Phoebe Hart and I am a yoga teacher and a somatic practitioner and founder of the Rest Space, an online membership made with the intention to help you deepen your practice of rest and return to the parts of self that need tending to. So today's 6th rest practice, we will actually be heading off out for a walk together. So if you are in your home space, like myself, I invite you to grab yourself some headphones, and I'm going to be guiding you through a meditation practice for whilst you are walking. Today's rest type is creative rest, and I find that being out in nature, no matter where you are in the world, I know the Northern Hemisphere might be quite cold right now, but getting yourself out and immersed in nature of some kind is a really beautiful way of coming really into the present moment and actually observing beauty that is all around you. So whether you're in a city or whether you are immersed in nature like I am, there are always ways that we can start to seek beauty within the little parts of nature that are creeping through all around of us. So when you're ready, grab your headphones and bring your screen with you if you can. We're going to probably just pop it in our pockets or somewhere where you can just listen to me. So when you're ready, let's begin. As you take your first couple of steps on this walk, I want you to become really conscious of the soles of your feet. As you take each step, see if you can tune into the unfolding of the foot from heel all the way through to toe. Noticing first the pace of which you have naturally chosen to walk at. And as you continue to take your next few steps, seeing if you can now take a gentle inhale through your nose. And as you exhale, just slow the pace of your walking down by around 20%. Noticing how that shift in tempo shifts any subtle sensation within the body. Perhaps you're meeting an edge in walking slower, or perhaps this has already brought a sense of ease. I'm not in a rush into the body. As you continue to take your next few steps, I invite you to continue sensing into the soles of your feet, heel to toe. And we'll gently take some of those deeper inhales through the nose, exhales out the mouth together, inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, sighing and exhaling the breath out. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Sighing, exhale. Let the breath fall out through the mouth. And again, inhaling in your own time, sensing into the soles of your feet as you walk. And exhale. And we'll now shift our focus to our eyes. So continuing at a gentle pace. I want you to first notice where your gaze is. Perhaps it's slightly down at the ground. Perhaps you're looking up and straight ahead. And just using that as a check-in for yourself here as perhaps what's going on in your internal landscape as you walk. Perhaps you're more outward in your gaze, or you're feeling a little bit more internal. And as you tune into how the body's speaking through the gaze here, I want you to now just gently bring your eyes to look straight ahead if they're not already. And we're going to begin to connect into our peripheral vision a little bit more here. So instead of having that laser focus straight ahead, just eyes meeting one point in front of us, we're going to slowly bring in those outer edges of our eyes, seeing what you can see as far to the right and left within your vision as you walk here. And we'll continue to take a few steps with our attention into that peripheral vision, noticing as we widen our vision and our awareness to the space all around us, either side of us. Again, any subtle shifts that happen in our body. And we'll slowly draw that focus back into a central point again, perhaps just looking straight ahead. Taking your next few steps with your gaze, with your vision moving forward. And one more time, we'll widen into our peripheral vision, seeing how much of the space either side of you and all around you that you can tune into. Taking a breath here into that peripheral vision. Exhale, sigh, release, and just let that all go. Come back to how your body wants to naturally walk. Checking in with your pace here again. Have you naturally begun to speed up? Is your natural rhythm a little faster? Can you take a breath and slow your walking down? And as you slow your pace, we're going to now take our gaze, using our head to look a little bit more around. So turning your head from right to left, taking in your space as you walk that little bit more than just within your vision. And over the next couple minutes, I'm going to invite you to find somewhere that you want to pause and observe. So perhaps you need to take a few more steps in order to find this space. But what I'd like you to go and seek for yourself is an element of nature that is perhaps creeping into your attention and that's drawing you towards it. This could be a tree, a flower, perhaps the sky or a cloud. And as you slow your steps down to pause and observe this part of nature, we'll pause all together here with our eyes focused into this item of nature that's crept into your awareness. Taking a breath as you land into stillness. Seeing how much of this item of nature you can see, taking in its color, its shape. Perhaps the way that the light is falling. Or perhaps there's a breeze that's moving. And I want you to check in with yourself as to what was it about this part of nature that drew you to pause and to observe, seeking the beauty within this item that captured your attention, and being with that just for a moment longer. Perhaps an emotion or sensation or even story is tied to what it is that you're observing. And if you're noticing a thread of that, I'm just inviting you to breathe into what observing this beauty has evoked within you. Keeping your eyes there for a moment longer. And then slowly we'll start to bring that peripheral vision awareness back in. And as that trickles back in, perhaps taking your gaze back to the path that you were walking, and we'll begin to walk again together. And we're going to walk now together for around 1 to 2 more minutes. And I invite you, as you take this last part of our walking meditation, to take in through your ears the music that is playing within this meditation, to take in some deeper breaths into the body as you walk, and to see how present you can remain just for the next couple of minutes. And if your mind has really begun to wander, no pun intended, with your feet, let's just take a breath again together. Slow our pace down. And drop back into the here and now, noticing what you can see, what you can hear, and what you can feel beneath the feet as you walk. Taking your awareness back into my voice again, noticing where your mind and even your body have wandered to. And as we round off this walking meditation together, I invite you to slow your pace and almost come to a pause again, if you're able to do so. And as the video rounds off and you hear my voice come back in to round off today's practice, I invite you to stay still and be with nature longer. Thank you again for joining me for this 6th day of rest. I hope you enjoyed today's practice and you're feeling creatively inspired, or at least more present with self after being in this state of awareness as you're walking. And I invite you to come back to this perhaps anytime throughout your day as you are engaging with the outdoors. It is a beautiful way to reset yourself creatively if you are always using a lot of that creative energy yourself. As always, I would love to hear any feedback, any comments, and any personal experiences from this week up until now. Feel free to either comment below or message me personally on Instagram. And tomorrow we will be rounding off our 7 days of rest challenge. I'm so excited to finish up with a final practice with you all before the launch of the rest space happens next week. So stay tuned, and until then, with love. Thank you for joining me again for another day of rest. I invite you to go and give me a follow on Instagram at The Rest Space or at With Phoebe Hart to stay up to date with all news. If you are interested in joining the online membership, The Rest Space, then you can go to www.phoebehart.com/The Rest Space, of where you can find all information about what's to come and get yourself signed up to join us in our monthly membership of rest.